Welcome back to Insights. I am Natasha Mayne, sitting here with Janey Tate and also Sandy Reischer. And we just spoke about body images, but now we're going to speak about America's fascination with perversion.
Well, recently, a Casey Anthony mask sold for almost $1 million. And just looking over the years, you can see that a lot of, I guess, serial criminals and people who have done really bad things, gruesome crimes,
Sure.
their memorabilia and their possessions have sold for so much money. And to me, it just seems a little weird and creepy. Why would you want something like that?
I agree with you 100%. I think this whole fascination with creepy people, devilish people, people that do bad things kind of glorifies it and promote people to want to do these things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. It kind of, it does promote it.
Yeah, it promotes it. It's like the more weird you are, the more fascinated people are into getting to know who you are as a person. And I think that there is a sensation that goes along in these crazy people's head that says, I'm dying for attention and I'm going to do something where the whole world wants to look at me. Casey Anthony's latex mask sold on eBay for $1 million.
Isn't that disgusting?
First off, where are you going to wear that mask to?
Why would you want the mask?
Who wants to put that mask on?
I want to know who made that mask and sold it and where that money went. Like, was
Right,
it just Joe Schmo in his garage, like, carving out a mask and he's like, I'm going to sell this on eBay.
Right.
How much can I get for it?
And like, you know, I went a little further and I thought outside the box. They said the mask sold for $1 million, but the money has not been transferred as of yet. I was wondering if it was like a stunt. Like they just put on there that it was sold for $1 million, but it's not really going to happen, just to create some kind of
some buzz around
some
this.
kind of buzz around this whole thing. Because I think like promoting something like that, this woman is a murderer, even though she was let off, okay? But she killed her 3-year-old child.
Maybe.
Maybe, right? As a lawyer, I should know that, right?
Right.
The allegations are
Allegedly.
that she did not kill her child, okay, because she was acquitted. But for someone that was even put in the spotlight for such a gruesome and disgusting crime.
Oh my God. I just got goosebumps thinking about what that poor little girl went through. Whether it was her mother, her grandfather, or the janitor, trash man on the side, whoever it was. Okay.
Why is that? But why is that fascinating? Why would someone want to have an image of a woman that had done something so gruesome?
Well, I think that the media's obsession and how we glorify and just put it into the mainstream all the time is Casey Anthony. I say that she was the major trial of our decade, of our generation.
They did say that.
And because it was always in the news media, she became a celebrity. So of course, we in our society we now have this obsession with the celebrity and that image. So people are probably like, oh, they're fans of hers.
Sure.
And it's just weird.
Sure, I agree. I recall a couple of years back, Ted Bundy, Florida serial killer.
Oh my gosh.
So many people at the University of Florida.
Florida State too.
Yeah.
Right, Florida State too.
Yes.
He had done some, while he was in prison, he had done some art, like little art that probably a 3-year-old would do. And it sold for millions.
Oh my God.
But yet someone will have a charity or event to raise kids for, raise money for the underprivileged kids, and you're begging people to come through. You can't even raise $1 million.
Yeah.
But America would put forth money for something as disgusting as glorifying a serial killer's art.
Now, do you think that it really is like this perversion obsession that America has, or is it the celebrity? Because you can have, like, I know that the Kardashians will all the time put their old clothes online on eBay and sell them. And they're designer labels, so of course they're more expensive, but there's the Kardashian name attached to it. Like, oh, Kim wore this on the red carpet when, you know, this, or so-and-so wore it on the red carpet for that. And so they'll pay thousands of dollars for a dress or shoes or whatever. So do you think maybe it's just the celebrity of Casey Anthony or Ted Bundy?
Most definitely it's the celebrity.
You know, I think so too, because I think the world is full of a lot of Indians and very few chiefs. I recall a couple of years ago when Sharon Stone must have gone to the Academy Awards and she wore a Gap shirt. Do you remember this? She wore a Gap white t-shirt and a black skirt. Yes. I think it was the Academy or the Emmys, or the Emmys. I'm sorry, the Academy or the Emmys. And she wore a plain Gap white long sleeve shirt with a collar, and the next day it was sold out of Gap. So again, this whole,
I remember that.
you remember
Yeah.
that?
Okay,
This
yes.
whole, I want to be like a celebrity. I lust after these celebrities. So I think it all depends. I think yes, people are fascinated with celebrities, but I think people are also fascinated with perversion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But there's
I
a
think you're
difference when you have someone who have done these gruesome crimes. Why would you want to have something that belongs to them? Why would you want to be affiliated with that negativity that they produce?
I couldn't. I don't want it.
I don't even want it around me.
I don't, me neither.
Don't you kind of feel like maybe there's like a bad karma attached
I was just going to say that.
just gonna
or like
Spiritually,
demon
it would
attached
bother
to
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me
I
as
would
well.
not want something like that around me. I don't want it in my house because I feel like, it will come on to me in some kind of way.
It's going to bring a bad energy, a bad
Sure,
presence.
sure.
I'm going to have to light sage in every corner of my house.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Wasn't there even on eBay recently nails of
fingernail clippings of one of the murderers. He was in jail. He was taping them to Christmas cards and sending them out. And
Roy
people were buying them.
Norris.
That's right, Roy Norris. Here is a serial killer who clips his fingernails, and now everybody wants to buy it.
And
Excuse me, I just got
Oswald,
sick on my shoes.
The guy who murdered John F. Kennedy.
Sure.
His casket sold for so much money. I think about $87,000.
And we can't even raise that for underprivileged kids. I'm very big on charity, and we can't even raise that at a charity event.
Only one good thing that I did read that there was a murderer. His artwork was sold, and the money went back to the families for restitution. So that was a good thing. So maybe some people are actually taking this money and doing something positive with it. But I don't know who would want these things.
I just still think it glorifies and it makes people want to emulate that behavior. I killed someone. I'm disgusting. Yet everybody wants what I've done. They want my art. They want my fingernails. They want my shirt.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It makes them, I'm sure, blows their heads way up out of proportion.
It does.
If they ever did get out of jail for some god-awful reason, who even knows what would happen? They would think they're a celebrity. First thing they would do is find a publicist.
Absolutely. But wait, from the moment they do these gruesome crimes and they're in prison, a publicist will contact them to write a book.
Yes.
Can I throw up again?
And it makes you think, do these people actually do this to become celebrities? Like, it makes me think, like, are they really doing this for attention? Do they want this spotlight on them so they, do these crazy crimes?
And I really do think that there's so many psychopaths out there, but they just haven't been diagnosed as a psychopath. Yeah. And I think they're so fascinated with doing these evil things to make people give them the attention that they need. If you realize a lot of these serial killers, a lot of these crazy people, like, they had bad childhoods. Their mom abandoned them. They grew up in the foster care system. Yeah. There's always something really bad where they feel lost, like they lost something. So now they're trying to get back. Yeah. They're trying to get the attention. They're trying to get the love and things of that. It's a really sad situation because, I mean, you try to raise, no matter what children go through, there's always some traumatic thing that makes their brain click. Yeah. Like I know with Ted Bundy, mom had abandoned him, and she consistently brought like men into the house having sex in front of him. That would screw your head up.
Yeah, I think Son of Sam went through something really similar too.
Sure. I think Son of Sam's mom was actually having sex with him.
Wow.
It was something really crazy.
God.
But think about it. I don't think people just automatically go crazy. Something happens.
I think that's something.
Something happens in their childhood that. But again, America, please, let's not be fascinated and let's not sensationalize these images of perversion because it teaches our younger children to emulate it, and that's the only way you're going to get attention.
You're absolutely right.
Disgusting and horrible.
I agree.
We're going to wrap up this subject and take a quick break. But when we come back, a much lighter note, we are going to be talking about colleges and universities across the country and who is the biggest party school after this.
All righty. We'll be back.